If you guys only knew how long it took me to get this set up. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm gonna do kind of like a gold, bronzed, beautiful goddess. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Look, I used to do like the orange, yellow, goldy, bronzy colors on my eyes all the time. It looks so good because I have blue eyes. And I did it yesterday for the first time in like a long time. And I was like, where has this been in my life? I really liked it. So I'm gonna do that today. Okay, so first things first, I already went in and prepped my skin. I actually tweezed my eyebrows a little bit for the first time in a long time. I haven't done that in a while. I'm gonna shave some of my peach fuzz up, and then I also toned my skin. I used The Ordinary toner. I love that stuff. And then I went in with my sunscreen because put sunscreen on your face. I don't care if you're inside all day. The sun will get in somehow. So I use this. It's only SPF 30. I kind of wish it was a little more, but it's the Hawaiian Tropic Silk Hydration Oil-Free Lotion Sunscreen Weightless Face. It doesn't go on like super white. It feels really good on the skin. It smells good. But I also went in with this CeraVe, I think that's how you say it, facial moisturizing lotion, and this has SPF 30 in it. I think this is my roommate's, but I didn't feel like going upstairs and getting mine. Thanks, Kara. Also went in with this Milani Green Goddess Cannabis Sativa Oil Hydrating Eye Cream. I like this stuff. Feels good. I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. Lumi Putty Primer. And if I'm looking over here, that's because that's where my mirror is. And then I'm going to go in with the Jelly Pop Dew Primer by e.l.f. Do they make this anymore? Because I tried to get it for my mom and I couldn't find it. So I guess this was like a limited time thing. I know they have... Oh, Angel. If so, what am I going to do when I run out? Anyways. I think I'm going to start with my eyes because I like to do my primer and everything well before my foundation because I want to let it soak in, really get to know my skin, have a conversation, you know. I'm going to go in like I always do with my e.l.f. Camo Concealer in the shade Fair Warm, and I'm going to carve my eyebrows out. And I just kind of slap it on my lids and blend it out with my beauty blender. My Patrick the Star beauty blender. I try to cut through the boring stuff because I don't feel like you want to watch me blend my eye out. I feel like you watch me blend one eye out, why do you need to watch me blend two? Because I know I hate when I'm watching a video and somebody's like blending an eyeball out for 3 minutes and I'm like, you know, like clicking. Because we get it. I think I'm going to set this a little bit. As much as I want to be that person that puts color on top of wet concealer and stuff, or puts eyeshadow over it, I can't. It's just not me, guys. Stresses me out. Stresses me out when people do that. They do such a good job though, but I feel like I would fuck some shit up. One of the palettes I'm going to use today, coffee break. Aren't these cups cute? Target, $2. I haven't used this palette in kind of a while because you can see all my ring lights. The Jaclyn Hill 2.0, Volume 2, whatever you want to call it. I haven't used it in a while. I've been trying out this one by BH Cosmetics and I really like it, but I'm going to break this sucker out because I really haven't had it that long. I feel like it hasn't been out for maybe a year, but it's a really pretty palette. Like, look at all those colors. The camera does no justice. Like, they're really pretty. So I'm going to take my favorite brush in the world. It's so worn out. It is the Morphe 504, M504. And I'm going to go on with No Joke. I'm going to kind of show y'all the colors as I do it, because you don't have to have this palette to create this look. Like, you can literally use any palette under the sun that has like similar colors. Like, don't feel like you have to go out and buy this fucking palette. I think it was expensive. I'm gonna go with No Joke. It's this bright yellow color, and I'm gonna take that with this big fluffy brush, kind of knock some color off. The thing with like eyeshadow is I've learned to be light-handed. You can always, I'm sure you've heard this before, but you can always add product, but it's really hard to take away product. Actually, you can't. You just have to take your whole eye look off. So I go in with a little at a time, and notice how I'm like barely gripping this brush. And just lightly, especially if you're not, since this is like the base color, it's not very important. You don't have to be super exact about it. So I literally just dab it in there, dab it in there one time. Go back, because building the color up is a lot easier than smacking a whole lot of color on there and trying to blend it out. You can blend it out, but it's gonna take you a while. I like to bring that color pretty high up, but when I'm focusing the majority of the color right here, and then whatever's left over I bring up, so it kind of gives a gradient look. Especially if you're doing like a blown out bronzy look, this is a good technique, so you don't feel like you just have like such harsh colors. I'm gonna do the other eye, same color. That's how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do one, and then off camera I'm gonna do the other one. I don't know if people do one whole eye and then the other eye. I feel like they won't look the same. So that's how I'm gonna do it. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in. I think I really liked using this brush. Tapered Blending Brush 6. This is one of the ones I got off of Shein. If you watched my Shein haul. If you didn't, you should go watch it. It's my most recent one. Now I'm gonna go in with, I'm gonna go in with Feeling Myself right here. Yesterday I used this color and it was really pretty, but I think I'm gonna use this one today. It's a really pretty orange color. And same technique. Dab some product on there, knock a lot of it off, and light-handed. So if you wanted to be more precise and light-handed, blending out easier, a tapered brush, one that tapers at the end, kind of like points, is a lot easier to keep it centrally located, but you're not like having to use a tiny brush to get in there and not blow it out. You can still blow it out and it's still going to keep it centrally located in your crease. If I could talk today. Using a brush that tapers up. It's kind of hard to tell, but see how it goes up and almost like a point? Those make it a lot easier. Brushes make a really big difference in application. Okay, so you see how I'm still being super light-handed, but it's still kind of blowing it out nicely. The reason it does that is because the pointed part goes in your crease, but this part applies product above it. So it's still lightly blowing it out, but keeping it in your crease. It's not like doing the whole lid like the bigger brush would. See how it's more rounded, and it put it all over the lid. So, and again, you don't have to go out and get expensive brushes. I got these off Shein, a big pack for $8, like literally $8. You can still create beautiful looks on a budget. And then I kind of take it and pat it. I'm going to take that and kind of try to bring it up just a little more, because I am going to go in with one more color. You just kind of drag the brush up just a tad like this, and lightly brush it on there. Just like that. I'm going to go in with my Morphe M506 brush. Smaller tapered brush so I can get deeper in the crease. because I don't want to blow it out too far. And I'm going to go in with the color Homeboy. Homeboy! Right here. It's like a burnt orange, dark burnt orange color. I like it. I like it a lot. So. Oh my god, y'all didn't tell me I had crusties in my eye. Sorry. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to try and focus this mainly in my crease. And on the outer edge. See how it just gives it more depth? Once I've got that in there and I think it looks good, I go back in with that second brush that I used and I blend the colors together. And this just helps, one, to bring that second color back out a little bit, and two, helps make it look a little more seamless so you don't have any harsh lines. You could even go back in with the first brush you used on that top line and kind of smoke it out. I look like a sunflower. Okay, I'm gonna go in with this medium shader brush too. Again, from that Shein brush set. And I'm gonna go in with Talia, I think that's called. It's really gold. Beautiful color. The only thing about this color is it's kind of hard to pick up. So you kind of gotta like dig your brush in. Once I have that on there, I'm gonna go on with my Hydrating Coconut Mist from e.l.f. Spray that. Just 1 or 2 squirts is fine. You don't need a whole lot. You need to drench the brush. And I'm gonna go put that on my lid. Sometimes I'll put concealer down and do like a cut crease, but because I want this to be blown out, I'm just gonna go straight on the lid. Put it on. And when I get to the edge right here, I get super light-handed and just kind of lightly blend it out. Pat a little more on top. Just like that. And this brush makes it a lot easier because it's got that flat edge that you can kind of carve it out. Okay, now what I'm going to do is take, again, that small brush and I'm going to pick up some product and just kind of lightly tap and drag. And that just kind of blends the gold in with the color, because you don't want to have like just a harsh line. You want it to kind of blend. That's the eyeshadow. And see, that's super not hard. Not hard. Takes some practice, but don't think you can't do eyeshadow. Like, oh, I'm not good at it. Just learning certain techniques and getting it down. I'm gonna go ahead and put foundation on. I think I'm gonna use, I've been trying this out. I used to use it when I was younger. The True Match Super Blendable. It's really liquidy foundation. And I've been liking it. I remember I used to use this, or a variation of this, a long time ago. So I thought I'd try it out again. I also got this new Sonakashi? Sonakashi? I think that's how you say it. I don't know. Brush. Just a flat top kabuki brush. And I've been going in with that. So I'm going to put that all over my face and I'll be right back. Now I'm going to go back in with my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. Alright. Now I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me. This is in number 10, Fair Light. And I'm just going to pat that under my eyes. You don't want to do a whole lot of swiping motions until you've got some powder down, because you don't want to disturb the product. So I go in, if you have one of those flat, like old time big powder brushes, that works really well too. Or even your beauty blender. Now once you've got like a layer of powder down, you can kind of swipe to get any extra powder off. But when you're working with a lot of cream products under your skin, you don't want to start like swiping and scraping the brush across your skin, because you will disturb the product underneath. Once it's set, it's a little bit of a different story. Don't want to mess up all your hard work. Now I'm just going to take another one of these Shein brushes. Okay, I really like to make sure I put powder everywhere, especially since I'm not using a super matte foundation. This is super liquidy, because if you're going to go in with like bronze powder, highlight, powder highlight and stuff like that, you don't really want to have any you don't really want to have any spots on your face that are super sticky. So you want to make sure you put powder everywhere, and that's only if you're using not a matte foundation. If you're using a matte foundation, it doesn't really matter as much. Set your under eyes. You probably don't even have to set your face, but if you want that little extra coverage, a little extra oomph, set all of your face. And that's just my preference. If it works for you to use a dewy or foundation and slap powder on top and looks fine, tell me how you do it. But I just have noticed if I miss any spots with powder on my face and I go in with bronzer, the bronzer picks it up and it gets really patchy looking in that spot. So I like to make sure I set all over my face. I'm going to go with my Belgian Waffle BH Cosmetics, just the 2 darker colors palette, and my Morphe M437 brush. I've said this before, but I like to go in with the lighter. I'm just going with the lighter 2 now. Bronzers are on my forehead, because my scalp is so light. I don't want it to look like a harsh line. So now I'm going to go in with Syrup and Maple. I feel like they could have been more creative with that. Oh, it's Belgian Waffle. So buttermilk, batter, cinnamon, powdered sugar, syrup, maple. I feel like each one still should have been maple syrup and something else. Anyways, I'm gonna go with these 2 colors. I don't know what's outside my house because the trash already came, but and my good old Morphe M510, I think that's what it says. I've used it for someone. Brush, and I just brush that on. And to do an even more bronzy look, I'm gonna go in with my Wet n Wild Awesome Blossom 336A on my bronzer brush. It's a highlighter, but I'm putting it on my bronzer brush. Tap, 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 tap. Get a lot of it off. And I'm going in between highlighter and bronzer. Doing a little on my forehead. This just gives you that really bronzy look. Bronzy, glowy look. Helps with it. So I'm taking this eyeshadow brush 16, again one of my Shein brushes. I'm trying to use a bunch of my Shein brushes to see how they are, and so far they're really good. I really suggest it. And I'm going to blend that out. I'm going with that bright yellow color. Every time I'm recording, I feel like it's so quiet because when I like do my makeup in the morning, I always prop my phone up and watch a YouTube video. I'm always like, plus my house is super old, so I swear it makes a lot of noises. Basically what I'm doing is the same thing I did on my lid, except I'm using one brush because I'm lazy. I'm going with that yellow and then that bright orange. I'm just going in with a little more yellow up here because I feel like we kind of lost some of it in the process. And that's the thing about eyeshadow, like you can go back and add and fix, you know, all that jam. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with a really light color. I'm gonna go in with another Jaclyn Hill palette. This is a Morphe, oh well, this is Morphe too, but anyways, it's just this one. Remember when she came out with like 3 different smaller shadows? I'm just going with that bright white VIP. Actually, no, I'm not. Just kidding, I lied. Disregard that. I'm gonna go in with this ColourPop. Okay, yeah, you can't really see. Flexiterrain? What? Yeah, I don't know what that says. 21C4. Anyway, it's a highlighter, but I don't really like it as a highlighter. I like it as like an eyeshadow. But I'm gonna put that on my inner corners. Then I'm gonna do that on my eyebrow. I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows. I'm just gonna do my eyebrows off camera because there's nothing crazy about them, and this tutorial isn't really about the eyebrows. I'm just gonna brush them and okay, so I'm gonna do my lips. Smack lips. I did get this lip gloss out of my car. This is my favorite lip gloss, so I always have it on me. So I'm gonna go in with, dude, I'm so cold now. Nude Truffle. It's a NYX Professionals Lip Liner. Look how crusty my lips look. Oh my god. Anyways, so I'm gonna go in with this Maybelline New York Vivid Hot Lacquer in the color Tease 60. I've had this for a while, but oh my gosh, it's my favorite lip gloss. I like to go with a dark lip liner and then just like isn't that just cute? It's so good. Okay. Now I'm gonna throw some lashes on. It's nothing crazy. I'm just using these little lashes. I don't even know what they are. Maybe Kiss. So I'm gonna throw those on. I'm just gonna pop in here real quick. If you do not have the Maybelline Sky High mascara, get it. The hype is real. I know this is old hype, but it's real hype. Like, who? Do I even need lashes? Who is she? Run to your local store and get it. Anyways, so I was gonna put some white liner in my waterline, but I watched a TikTok that says it clogs your pores. Your crying pores or whatever. So I'm not gonna do that anymore. Thanks for ruining that for me, TikTok. Literally, I don't know if y'all seen the TikTok, but she like squeezes like pus. Out of what? I don't know. I guess there's like little pores in your I was like, oh, okay, we'll never be doing that again until I forget about it. Yeah, and then literally she was like, in the comments, we were like, is that why I can't cry anymore? Like, literally, some people put so much product that they can't cry anymore. No tears come out. And then she was basically like, yeah, you may never be able to cry again. Because you've ruined your crying things. It doesn't even make sense to me. I couldn't even begin to explain it to you because I was like, what? I thought they came out of like here. I don't know. Clearly I don't know human anatomy very well. Never claimed to though. Anyways, this is the completed look. I'd love to say I was going to do something with my hair today, but I'm not. So, this is it. What you see is what you get. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe if you want to. I'd appreciate it. Maybe give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you guys next time.